Poterio Atica Ken, Imeros Arisei, Callistefano Aphrodites. I am Nestor's cup, good for drinking. Whoever drinks from this cup, desire for this beautifully crowned Aphrodite will seize him instantly. These are the verses of the oldest poem found in Magna Graecia, written on a cup known as Nestor's cup, and they are preserved in Lacco Ameno. The archaeological history of Lacco Ameno is an ancient one. Together with archaeologistMariangela Catuogno, we will explore the world of Pithecusa, unveiling the history, mysteries, and significance of this cup, which witnessed the dawn of Greek colonization in the West. Ancient echoes of Lacco Ameno. The world of Pithecusa. Imagine finding yourself on the edge of an ancient world, where the waters of the Mediterranean wash the shores of an island destined to become a crossroads of cultures, history, and discoveries. Here, on the coast of Lacco Ameno, the ancient Euboeans coming from distant Greece took their first steps, marking the start of an era that would weave the rich tapestry of this highland's history. Beneath the surface of Lacco Ameno lies an extraordinarily ancient history, reaching back to the Neolithic era and attesting to millennia of human presence. Our knowledge on this remote chapter has greatly expanded thanks to archaeological surveys and excavations, many linked to the pioneering work of the extraordinary German archaeologist Giorgio Buchner. Buchner is famous for his studies on the prehistoric settlements of the island of Ischia and the founding of the colonies of Magna Graecia. He brought Pithecusa, the Greek name for the island of Ischia, to light as the first Greek colony in the West. The historical narrative is further enriched by discoveries from the Bronze Age, originating from Monte di Vico, San Montano Bay, and the Mezzola area. Each of these sites tells a part of the complex and fascinating story of this island, a crossroad of civilizations and cultures across millennia. The archaeological history of Lacco Ameno is tightly tied to the discovery of the first Greek settlement in the West, the ancient Pithecusa, located in the area of Lacco Ameno. We owe these information to Giorgio Buchner's excavation, which began in the 1950s in the San Montano necropolis and essentially rewrote the history of Italy. But what reasons led the ancient Greeks to choose this island as their new home? Buchner pointed out several factors, the foremost being the unique topography of Lacco Ameno. These lands, with their forms and contours, reminded the Greeks of Chalcis and Eritrea of their homeland, the island of Euboea. In Greece, they would always choose promontories that could be easily defended. Settlements would be in the foothills to shelter from the wind and the harsh weather. At the same time, Pithecusa, in the 8th century, with its strong commercial vocation, needed a shoreline to haul boats ashore. The topography of Lacco Ameno met these very needs. The wide promontory of Monte di Vico, where the Acropolis stood, was surrounded on both sides by the sea and broad bridges that allowed ships to be brought ashore, a natural harbor essential for trade and life in Pithecusa. Another reason they chose the island was the abundance of freshwater sources. Imagine these Greeks traveling across the Mediterranean in what we conventionally called a macronautilia, a long journey from coast to coast. For them, finding a fresh water supply was crucial. In the area of Lacco Ameno, there were many water sources, the most famous being the Rena, right where the Regina Isabella Hotel stands today. These baths were used by the people of Lacco Ameno for therapeutic purposes. A second reason was the presence of rich deposit of pliable clay embedded in the volcanic heart of this fertile land, perfect for the skilled hands of artisans who found abundant raw material on the island. The Pithecusans, masters of metallurgy and ceramics, discovered in this island a treasure trove of resources. Here, the clay, soft as silk garment and extremely durable, became not only a vessel for their dreams, but also a canvas for narrating their story. On the island, they did not just found a shelter, but rather an open-air workshop, where the very earth became a partner in the creation of works destined to transcend time. Workshops of metal workers have been discovered, proving once again that the Greeks brought their technical skills with them to the West. It was not just a population on the move, but one that decided to settle in a specific place, bringing all their knowledge in order to grow and prosper. When the ancient Greeks landed on the shores of Ischia, they didn't just bring themselves. They brought an entire universe of traditions and rituals deeply rooted in their culture. Among these cultural treasures, the Nestor's Cup stands out as a gem at the heart of the Archaeological Museum of Pithecusa. This extraordinary artifact not only symbolizes the inseparable bond between Ischia and Magna Graecia, but asserts the island as the first glorious Greek colony in the heart of the Western Mediterranean. The cup's presence has attracted the attention of international scholars, even reaching the British Museum, making it a beacon of knowledge that shines on our understanding of Greek cultural colonization in the West. In 1954, the discovery of tomb 168 revealed an unprecedented set of grave goods, among which there were craters, essential for symposium rituals where wine was blended in a dance of flavors and wisdom. Among all the artifacts, the Nestor's Cup captures our imagination. Its inscription is an echo of a time when myth and reality were intertwined. The delicately engraved verses are not just a work of art, but a bridge to a world where gods walk among men and stories of heroes like Nestor's were told, gathering communities in the warmth of dialogue and sharing. We are dealing with the first Greek poem engraved in the West. It makes a clear reference to the owner of the cup, saying, "I am the Nestor's cup." But these three verses are rich and packed with information for us. It then says, "He who drinks from this cup will immediately be seized by the desire of beautifully crowned Aphrodite," showing that these Greeks, who had moved from their homelands of Euboea to settle in our area, brought with them a series of traditions, including those tied to the symposium. So it clearly says that anyone who drinks from the cup will be taken by the desire for the beautifully crowned Aphrodite, a testament to the link between wine and life pleasures. Essentially, those three verses are a hymn to life. Picture the scene. a capsized ship, sailors battling monstrous sea creatures, and one sailor already being devoured by a huge fish. Beside the famous Nestor's Cup, the discovery of the shipwreck crater from the necropolis is maybe the most significant. It's crucial to talk about what is painted on this crater, a tragic shipwreck scene. We can only understand it if we imagine that whoever painted this gruesome scene knew very well the dangers faced by sailors crossing the Mediterranean. The crater is not only an object, but a living story. It is the first vase made in Italy by a Greek craftsman, marking the beginning of Greek culture in Italy. Imagine the Mediterranean Sea, crossed every day by our Pithecusan ancestors, brave seamen seeking exchange with faraway cultures. In this context, the crater speaks to us of those daring men who charted their destinies on the shore of Ischia, risking their lives amongst countless dangers, and enriching themselves not only with material goods, but also with experiences and stories. This crater, unique in its kind, has no equal, nor in the mainland Greece, nor in the vast world of Magna Graecia. It is a silent yet eloquent witness to the life and aspiration of those who, through the sea, wrote the very history of the island. The Pithecusan society was certainly multi-ethnic. Giorgio Buchner's attention and skill lie not only in discovering artifacts, but in understanding the context behind them. The presence of many objects from the Phoenician or Aramaic world show that within the Greek societal fabric, there were also foreign elements, such as Phoenician and Aramaeans. The words of archaeologistMariangela Catuogno on the multiculturalism of Pithecusa, the verses engraved on Nestor's cup, the dramatic scene of the shipwreck crater, and Georgios Buchner's excavation that changed Italy's history, invite us to continue the journey of discovering our roots. Lacco Ameno is a window that remains open to the past, reminding us that every story we hear sheds light on a piece of who we are. History is an endless journey, and together we can keep exploring the stories that unite us. Beautiful Crowned Aphrodite, a journey into the stories of Lacco Ameno. A podcast by RMS for the Municipality of Lacco Ameno. Produced by Studio A. Written by Antonello de Rosa and Pietro Cenzino di Meglio. English voice and translation by Aurora Cecchi. Sound design, music and post-production by Luigi Menni Mennella. Audio supervision by Francesco Arando. Producer Pietro Cenzino di Meglio.